and are one of the biggest surprises in the American League. They currently sit atop the always tough American League East. The Athletics are the feel-good story in baseball. Their low payroll and rookie presence have them the perfect underdog story. Tonight, the two teams meet in what should help paint a better picture as the postseason push is in its final stages. Game 1, A's, O's, next. Well, the A's are back home for a wild card showdown series against the Baltimore Orioles. Sellout crowd expected. A couple of the better young players in the American League. Matt Wieters for the Orioles, Josh Reddick for the Athletics. They are set to go, and so are we. Big series, 3-game set. It's the Oakland A's hosting the Baltimore Orioles. You'll see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet California, and we are upstairs sitting with the fans tonight. We're looking forward to that. We are at the Comcast Sportsnet Value Deck. I think we got a pretty good view, so we're going to enjoy the game with the fans tonight. Good evening, everybody. Along with Scott Hatterberg, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Ray Fosse will be back in the booth with me on Tuesday in Detroit. So the Baltimore Orioles and the A's, two great stories, Scott. And for the Orioles, 14 consecutive losing seasons, that's over. They're going to have a winning season this year, and they're being led by a 20-year-old named Manny Machado.
Yeah, this guy, talk about exciting. He's one of those few guys that have come up and made impacts at such a young age. He's 20 years old. He's a shortstop that came from Double-A this year, and he has got, what scouts say, everything. He's got skills. He's got athleticism. He's got intangibles. He's going to go deep. He's going to be a prime-time shortstop. He's playing third base right now with Hardy in the lineup, but he's an impact type of guy, and you see what he's done so far with the Orioles.
20 years old. Is that unbelievable?
It's unbelievable.
So he is doing a terrific job. Had the game-winning hit yesterday and extra innings for the Orioles. So Manny Machado, we're looking forward to seeing him for the first time. Pitching matchup, couple of lefties, Tommy Milone and Joe Saunders. So we know all about Milone. And for Saunders, not having a great year necessarily, but he's always pitched well against the A's.
Yeah, he totally has. They're very similar pitches as far as what they got. They're crafty kind of lefties, not overpowering stuff. Saunders, like you said, has pitched really well. Tommy has not faced the Orioles, and sometimes that's an advantage. So we'll see if that pans out tonight. But both had good starts last time. Saunders ends up beating Sabathia. Malone punches out 10 in Seattle. So they got something rolling, and we'll see how it plays out tonight. So
a lot of excitement, and we're inside the authentic Fan Friday Value Deck, and we're looking forward to that. So we're going to announce the game with a little help from our friends, the fans up here. So it is a big weekend of baseball coming up here at the Coliseum. A's, Orioles, we'll have lineups in first pitch when we come back.
A's baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Toyota, check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today. And by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Welcome back to the O.co Coliseum. As the lineup cards are being exchanged at home plate. And we are ready to roll for the Orioles and the Athletics. And this should be a fun weekend. Big crowd, fireworks after the game. Star Wars night.
Don't forget Star Wars.
Scott's a fan. So he's going to enjoy tonight's game, maybe even a little more than the rest of us. So the A's take the field. Wearing the green tops tonight. Let's check the game time weather brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. So we're back in Northern California, and that tells us that it's going to be a little bit cooler than where we were the last 4 days in Anaheim. 63 degrees. As always, a cool night in Oakland with the marine layer on its way. The A's are glad to be back home. Sensational road trip. Swept the Mariners in Seattle, took 3 out of 4 from the Angels in Anaheim. So all that as the A's sitting on top of the wild card standings. Here's the lineup tonight for the Baltimore Orioles. McCluth, that's Nate McCluth. And then J.J. Hardy, Adam Jones, Matt Wieters, Lou Ford is in right field, Mark Reynolds at first. Chris Davis, the DH. Manny Machado, talked about him in the open, just 20 years old. He'll play third. And Robert Andino is the second baseman.
The wise old man, Tommy Milone, he's a rookie, but he's the oldest man in this staff, believe it or not. 25 years old, having a great year, 12-10 with a 3.9 ERA. He struggled a little bit his last 8 starts, but he won his last one, giving up 2 runs and 10 Ks versus the Mariners, so he's looking to get back on track.
Here's the defense behind Tommy Milone tonight. And the good news is that Juanis Cespedes is in left field, so he seems to be okay. Cespedes in left, Crispin center, Reddick in right, Donaldson, Drew, Rosales, and Carter on the infield with Norris behind the plate. So Milone has finished the warm-up tosses, and there's Cespedes, who left the game yesterday. A right wrist strain. But the good news is he's back out there. So Buck Showalter and the Orioles have had a sensational year.
Couple
Orioles,
skippers, couple skippers doing an amazing job, huh?
Yeah, they're battling for maybe the American League Manager of the Year award. So Nate McCluth steps in, and Malone's first pitch is popped up just to our right. So we got action on the first pitch of the game up here in the Comcast Sportsnet Value Deck.
Keep us loose.
I didn't know they came up here. Now I just got another thing to worry about.
Somebody get Glenn a glove.
Section over. We had action on the first pitch. This one's popped up on the infield. Stephen Drew squeezes it, and that's out number 1. So Nate McCluth pops out. So we are just below. So Comcast Sportsnet Value Deck, every Friday home game. Great place to sit, good deal. So we thought we'd come out here tonight. Why not? And a good view. It's really not a whole lot different than the regular broadcast booth, which is just below us and a little bit to the right. Here's J.J. Hardy, the shortstop, hitting .237, but good power. 21 homers, 64 runs batted in.
The Orioles got a few guys that are going to pop it out of the yard. They got almost 5 guys with 20 or more. Wieters hanging at 19 right now, but Hardy's got 21, so they can go deep at any time.
That's what they do. They hit home runs.
And they in a good ballpark. It's conducive to leaving the yard. Camden will give them up.
Hardy takes down and in. 3-1 the count. That is the youngster Manny Machado on the left. Matt Wieters on the right. Would say a couple of cornerstone players for the Orioles. So not full count to Hardy.
Youthful and exciting.
Yep.
That's a
good combination.
Manager would love to see in their lineup.
The out pitch to Hardy is tapped back to Milone. So a 3-2 changeup, and Hardy reached for it. And that's out number 2. Umpires tonight, Angel Hernandez will call balls and strikes. Ed Hickox at first, Chris Conroy at second, and Mark Carlson down at third. And Angel Hernandez is the crew chief.
Well, Malone did a nice job of getting Hardy out front. This is what he's going to do. He's going to mix and match, change speeds, change location, change his sequences. And for these guys who haven't seen him, the only thing they know of him is through video. It's a whole different thing when you get in the batter's box.
Here's Adam Jones, and Jones lines one down the left field line, and that's fair. Johnny Garth make that Cespedes will finally pick it up, and he'll gun it back in, and he makes a perfect throw to third. So Adam Jones just fair down the left field line for a double.
33rd of the season. He doesn't waste any time here. First pitch fastball, inner half, and he's swinging. Drops it in just inside the left field line. Doesn't hit it real flush, but good enough to get to the wall and rattle around, and Cespedes finally finds it.
So a first inning scoring opportunity for the Orioles as the cleanup hitter Matt Wieters steps in. Wieters is a switch hitter. A slider in the first round. Wieters this year at least much better from the right side. A .322 hitter right-handed, just .220 left-handed. Lots of power. 19 home runs, 74 runs batted in. One is on the inside corner, 0-2.
Yeah, Matt, he's not a one-dimensional guy either. As a catcher, he's thrown out 35% of runners, and that's a pretty good clip. So he can do it on both sides.
Jones not being held at second, so he will get a very big lead. Fastball is high. Orioles are 81-62. They are tied with the Yankees for the top spot in the AL East. So they're going to keep a close eye on that Yankee game. Yankees and the Rays tonight at Yankee Stadium. That's a huge series.
I think I've said huge series. I don't know how many times.
Me too. 1-2 pitch to Wieters. Changeup drops low. Orioles are 39-30 on the road. They just swept the Rays at home, and overall they have won 8 out of their last 11. And that is the AL East. The Rays 4 back. Right now the Rays are leading the Yankees 5-4 in the 9th inning. 2-2 pitch to Wieters. That's hit toward Donaldson, who dives, gets up, throws wide. Carter puts the tag, and Donaldson saves a run with a nice diving play. So a double. Jones is stranded. Bottom of the first coming up. No score. Orioles do not score in the top of the first. A's come to bat in the bottom of the first. And here is the lineup sent out by Bob Melvin tonight. Crisp, Gomes, Reddick, Cespedes, Carter, Donaldson, Norris, Drew, and Rosales.
Well, the veteran Joe Saunders is taking the mound for the O's. 8-11 on the year with a 4.22 ERA. He's done really well in his career versus the A's. Had a lot of success. He's 13-4 with a 3.3 ERA in his career.
So a festive crowd tonight.
A few Bernies.
Oh, yeah. So Coco Crisp steps in. Saunders' first pitch is a bit low. Saunders, 31 years old. No real secrets with him. A's have seen him a lot. Saunders came over in the trade from Arizona on the 26th of August for right-handed reliever Matt Lindstrom. Toward left field, Nate McCluth coming in. He's got it, and that's out number one. Let's look at the Orioles defense tonight. Saw Nate McCluth in left field. Adam Jones, he's terrific in center. Lou Ford is in right. Machado, Hardy, Andino, and Reynolds on the infield with Wieters doing the catching. And of course, missing in right field is Nick Markakis, who was hit by a pitch, broken thumb, and he's out for the year, and that is a huge loss. Better all-around players for the Orioles.
Big blow for them. Top of the order type. Tough to lose those guys this time of year especially.
First pitch to Johnny Gomes is a strike. Now, that's not what you want to see with one of your better players in September. 298, where they put him in the leadoff spot, and he really thrived. But the Orioles are going to have to win without him, and they feel like they can.
They're a resilient bunch. I think they wouldn't be here if they weren't. They handle adversity well, as the A's do as well. Part of the great story of this whole thing.
One and two to Gomes, hitting 259. That was driven to center. Jones going back, still going back, and he makes the catch for out number two. So this is the Markakis injury, and right there, hit by CC Sabathia.
Well, you don't see a mile per hour, but I can tell you it's at least 95.
But
that's a tough one.
That is tough.
The thing about CC is he's got great command, so as a lefty you feel comfortable enough to hang in there, and he hung in there good, but it got away. Busted his hand.
So 2 outs for Reddick. 248 with 28 home runs.
One count. You see a breaking ball from Saunders. You'll see that. Like Tommy Malone, he's going to really mix it up, especially in fastball counts. Reddick's been struggling with that lefty breaking ball.
Grounded right at the first baseman Reynolds. Hustles to the bag. So Saunders has a 3-up, 3-down inning, and we are scoreless after 1 at the Coliseum. Sports in California is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Rockin' Cache Creek. Win a chance to play the Red Hot Zone. Visit CacheCreek.com for details. Beautiful look at the Bay Area. Friday night. Star Wars night at the Coliseum.
Love it.
Fireworks after the game. October Quest t-shirts given out. The Comcast Sportsnet Value Deck. What more do you want? 2 playoff-bound teams. Hopefully.
Maybe a hot dog.
We could probably get that for you as well. Lou Ford to lead it off. Would be followed by Reynolds. And then Chris Davis against Malone. And the bat goes sailing off the screen behind home plate. So 0-2 to Ford.
How about Ford's story this year?
It is a story, I tell you.
What a train ride.
Well, when we were in Baltimore earlier this year, was when Lou Ford came back in. I remember saying, wait, that's not the same Lou Ford they played with the Twins like 6 years ago. And yes, it is. So he has made it back. Good for him.
Yeah, he was an independent ball at the beginning of this season.
Lou Ford.
He's in a playoff race.
Yep.
How about that?
1-2 pitch. And he loops one towards center field. Coco's coming in. He's got it. That's out number 1. So when you sit up here at the Value Deck on Fridays, you get goodies. Tonight, one of the goodies was the Comcast Sportsnet mug. But as you put the water in, it gets cold, it turns green. You get the scarf as well.
Got mine on.
Yep. You get the October Quest shirt. So just giving stuff away. It's like Christmas up here. Wait in line to get your goodies. We're a giving company, Scott, Comcast.
Plus they're getting fireworks.
Reynolds skies one. Drew waiting, and it will come down at some point, and it finally does. That was a big league pop-up, folks.
Well, that was a big league pop-up at a very tough time of night, and Donaldson saw it pretty good, but Drew called it, and I'm not so sure he saw it after he called it. He ended up eventually picking it up, but he had a tough time seeing it, and I think Donaldson knew it, so he was going to help him if he ended up getting in some trouble. But Drew here, as far as the priorities, shortstop's got that priority, and he takes over right there.
So 2 outs for Chris Davis, lefty on lefty. Another big power guy. 25 home runs, 68 RBIs for Davis, hitting .261. Now, Davis still strikes out a lot, but he's become a much better hitter. He struck out at an alarming rate with the Texas Rangers, but now he'll strike out some, but he's also going to hit a lot of home runs. He struck out 147 times this year.
Which isn't great, but there's worse.
Yeah.
And if you're punching 25 over the wall, you can live with that.
2-1 pitch from Malone. He got a fastball inside. He fouled it back. Well, the Rays still leading the Yankees. It's now 6-4, top of the ninth. That was that big swing by Davis.
Yeah, he generates some bat speed. He's got a little length, but Tommy Malone tied him up inside with that fastball. He kind of pitches backwards, and that means that he'll typically, you would throw your 2-strike break and stuff, your off-speed stuff that you'd normally throw later in the count. He's doing it early and flip-flopping his fastball later. You saw that right there.
Shift is on for Davis. This one hit toward left center, hit pretty well. Coco's going back. Warning track. He's got inside, retired. 3 up, 3 down, top of the second inning. Bottom of the second coming up. Cespedes to lead it off. No score. BAL.com. Shop for licensed Oakland A's gear, including hats, t-shirts, jerseys, and more. Enter the code ATHLETIC before your purchase to receive 15% off on all merchandise. Shop.csnbayarea.com, your one-stop shop for A's gear all season long.
Oh, I like it.
She's a good mom. Cespedes to lead it off, followed by Carter and then Donaldson. Saunders had a 3-up, 3-down first inning. Cespedes shoots one down the right field line. Royals and the Angels playing tonight, keeping a close eye on that one. And the Royals have a 6-5 lead over the Angels in the bottom of the 7th inning in Kansas City. Pitch is low.
Well, you don't mind losing to Jared Weaver so much, I guess, at the end of that road trip. The biggest loss would have been if Cespedes was really hurt. So it's good to see him back in the lineup.
He left the game yesterday in the 5th inning. Sprained right wrist, and he did it sliding into second base. Dropped that right hand down and jammed it to the ground a little bit. High fastball, strike 3 call. So watch the right hand of Cespedes as he slides.
Well, he's done this before. He's heard it. Sometimes runners, when they slide, they put a hand down to support themselves, and your wrist gets jammed. He did it earlier in the year, so sometimes you're susceptible to doing it again, and I think he's fearing that any more aggravation with swinging as hard as he swings, that it might hurt it a little bit more. But I was talking to some staff, and Ariel Prieto after the game's interpreter, and he's well aware of what's at stake this time of year, so he definitely wanted to be in the lineup, and here he is.
Chris Carter skies one toward Jones, moving over to right center. So that's out number 2. So first 5 in a row retired by Joe Saunders as he faces Donaldson.
Donaldson.
Donaldson hitting .240 with 7 home runs. That one on the inside corner for a strike.
Well, Josh has been so consistent. He made that nice play to end the first inning. He's been very consistent at third base, and it's spilled over to his offense. His bats are better. They're more consistent. Since being recalled, he's hit .324 with 6 home runs. That's some good production.
And that one's flying to right center, and that's a base hit. So there's the first hit for the Athletics, Donaldson.
Well, this time of year, you can't substitute this. Nice diving stop. Comes up, makes a strong throw. Get your pitcher out of that first inning. Don't want to get him in a jam. Especially Tommy, he's been struggling a little bit. Get your pitcher back on the bench with a nice 3-up, 3-down inning. Or actually 4-up, 3-down. Nice play and then a nice hit. Feeling good already.
So Derek Norris steps in. Norris takes a fastball for a strike. See Saunders 86 miles an hour, and he just doesn't throw hard, but he'll sink it a little bit, and he's got the good changeup.
That's all you got to do. I mean, we've seen it a lot this year with our staff. Command of all pitches. He's got 3 of them. Mix your sequences. You may not strike out a ton of guys, though. You'll strike out your share. The one thing that you got to have every single night is you got to be precise. Start missing over the plate, it gets tough, but that's what he does. He throws strikes.
That one's drilled to center. Jones is going back, and he's got room, makes the catch. Norris is retired, so the A's get a hit. They strand a runner. We're scoreless after 2.
fans will have a chance to win A's prizes, including a chance to throw out the ceremonial first pitch in 2013, being the guest PA announcer, game-used memorabilia, and much more. On Saturday, September 29th, 10,000 fans will receive an A's team photo sponsored by Kingsford Capital. Then on Sunday, September 30th, 10,000 fans will get an A's Deuce brand sports watch presented by Pepsi. For tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com.
All right, Authentic Fan Friday here at the Coliseum. That's where we're sitting with the fans, and we're having a good time. Good group up here, as always. Comcast Sportsnet Value Debt.
I feel they're about to get rowdy if we get some runs.
It's like they're afraid of us, though. They don't want to come sit by us. Maybe it's me. It's not you. Scott, no surprise. Very popular up here.
A long road trip. I have not done a ton of laundry.
And that is the youngster Manny Machado, who rolls one into center field for a base hit. So that's the second hit for the Orioles, and we got an October Quest update. Let's check in with the studio.
Batting in the ninth position, second baseman, number 11, Robert Andino.
So that's a big series for all the folks interested in the American League playoff picture, the Yankees and the Rays, and Rays just got swept by these Orioles, so that's a huge series, and that's a big win for the Rays.
5-out save right there.
What does that tell you? That's
when you're handing the ball to someone like that.
Yeah, when you start seeing 5-out saves, gives you a decent idea that it's September and you need wins.
Pressure cooker is on.
So the Orioles say thank you very much. They now have a half-game lead in the AL East. Robert Andino is the hitter, and he takes just a touch inside. Now that Rays-Yankees series, that's the last series of the year between those two teams. So
extra importance.
Yeah.
You want to do your damage when you're head-to-head. It's tough when you have to look at that scoreboard and hope.
Machado was leaning just a little bit. It's also the start of a 9-game homestand for the Yankees. After the Rays, it'll be Toronto and then the A's. So seems like you said yesterday, this time of year there's always 3 or 4 series where teams involved in this postseason are playing against each other. To figure out who to cheer for, which is not always easy to do. Andino hits one well toward left center. Cespedes over there. Now Coco Crisp is going to call it off. And Machado tags up, and he goes to second, and he makes it. So heads up base running by Manny Machado. And that may be a play, Scott, where maybe you let Cespedes catch it.
Well, you know, right off the bat, Cespedes, you can see him. He puts his glove up and he calls for this ball. If you can see Cespedes right here, puts his glove up. I got it, I got it. Well, the center fielder has priority, but with Coco's lack of arm strength, and he knows it. He knows it. Machado with a heads up play tagging up, but if Cespedes gets that ball, there's no way he ends up going to second base.
So Machado now at second, 1 out for Nate McCluth. That one is a strike down around the knees. Well, you listen. It's not any big secret Coco does not throw well, and teams are going to take advantage of it. It's just he's a terrific center fielder. That's just part of his game that teams are going to take advantage of.
He covers so much ground, and he's so aggressive. I saw the plays he made in Anaheim, and actually did end up making a nice throw.
He did.
It's just not part of his game, and he knows it, and that's what he apologized right there to Cespedes. But as a center fielder, you want a guy that first instinct is he's going to go get the ball, and that's what he did right there. And it just slipped his mind, I think, that Machado was on first base. He's got good speed.
McCluth popped out to the shortstop. So Nate McCluth getting a chance to get his career back on track with the Orioles. So got a chance to give the Orioles the lead here early. tries to hold up. He does not. Mark Carlson says, you want around.
Tried to hold up on this breaking ball, but not doing it. But there's an example of checking we saw Iannetta the other day. Not get the check. It's a nice courtesy thing to ask the third base umpire.
The Tigers won tonight, 4-0 over the Indians. Shutout. For Detroit, Verlander got the win in that game. One and two. This one's popped up, and it'll reach the six. Now the other team battling in that AL Central, the White Sox, have a 5-0 lead over the Twins in the top of the ninth inning. So the White Sox with a one-game lead, well, now a half-game lead. They can hold on and maybe go back to one. So the White Sox and the Tigers going at it.
Robert Ventura over there doing a nice job.
Yes, he is.
As I expected he would.
He may get some votes for
Yep.
American League Manager. We think Bob Melvin should get it.
Partial and deserving.
Well, the Tigers and the White Sox got rained out yesterday, and they will play a makeup game on Monday in Chicago. Remember, the A's arrive in Detroit on Monday for a 3-game series starting Tuesday, so changes things up for the Tigers a little bit. 2 fouls at that. So good battle here, Malone and McClure. On deck is J.J. Hardy.
When we talk about this lineup having so much power, McClure hit 26 home runs one year. I know he doesn't have that now. In the past, the Pirates, he did.
Well, he's a good player, but falling on hard times the last couple of years. 2-2 pitch. That one's hit toward right. Reddick back to his right, and he's got it. Machado's going to tag, and he will head to third. But that's out number 2. Here's our Ford right choice, Tommy Malone. His last start was Sunday in Seattle, and he had 10 strikeouts. That ties a career high, and he did it in 6 innings to pick up his 12th win. So he was very good. He had the strikeout pitch working. He's got 128 strikeouts in 168 innings this year before tonight's start. So he has the ability, even though you watch him pitch, he's not overpowering, but his changeup is so good, he can strike people out with that pitch.
Statistically, you look at as far as his numbers of what he throws, the miles per hour and all that, you would not expect that. But there's certain guys with 2 strikes that just know how to finish, and he's one of those guys, and a lot of it is how he sets these hitters up.
Like that. First pitch changeup to a power hitter.
Masterful at times.
And he just doesn't walk people. I mean, that.
Hitters know he's going to throw strikes, and you see those stats. They go up there wanting to swing, knowing you're not going to walk. So that part of that aggressive nature helps him get guys to chase.
Hardy hits it off of Donaldson to Drew, and the throw is not in time, and coming in to score is Machado. So it was a hard hit ball. Donaldson had it skip off him, and Drew made a nice play to make it a close play at first, but Hardy beat it out. So the Orioles grabbed the 1-0 lead.
Well, you're right. Hardy hit this ball good, but there's nothing Donaldson can do. He's stuck in between hops right here. He puts his body in front of it, trying to soften this blow. He's in trouble right there. Bounces to Drew. Drew makes a nice play, nice attempt. You're going to see a lot of these balls this time of year when the football team comes out here. This field gets very hard, and those balls get on these infielders quick. And you can see it right there.
Our Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. So here's Jones. That one's lofted toward left center. Coco on the move. He's going to get there. Side retired. So a run for the Orioles. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Baltimore 1 and the A's nothing.
Autographed memorabilia in the West Side Club of the Coliseum. Items include autographed baseballs and jerseys, game-used helmets, bats, jerseys and bases, lineup cards, and more. All items are authenticated under the MLB Authentication Program. A portion of the proceeds will benefit the Oakland A's Community Fund.
Scott Hatteberg, Glenn Kuiper announcing from the Comcast Sportsnet Value Deck tonight. High above home plate. Now, we like it. We like it a lot. May not want to do it every single game, but it is fun.
It's not as cold as I thought it was going to be.
It's not bad.
I got my scarf on.
It's actually nice. It's actually pretty warm.
Yeah, I agree. Got a lot of fans up here yelling for Kuiper. Kuiper.
Exactly. Drew, Rosales, and Crisp against Saunders. Saunders has given up the Donaldson single in the second inning. That's the only hit he's allowed. Drew swing and a miss, struck him out. So second strikeout for Joe Saunders. And here's our true story brought to you by McDonald's. April 11th, 2010. That looks like Adam Rosales, and that looks like Joe Saunders. His first at bat as an Athletic, and it's a home run, and it was against the Angels. And Rosales, he's in a hurry. No time to waste. Adam Rosales, and here he is. I bet Adam Rosales remembers. Joe Saunders, maybe. Maybe not. Did you remember all the guys you hit home runs on?
I was just thinking of that. I was thinking, well, what if pitchers remember guys that took them deep? Because there's a few home runs that I really remember, but for the most part, they don't really stand out.
Well, we found that out with you the other night when we asked you about Scott Downs, and you were like, I don't know. I don't think I did much against him. I don't remember much. So we looked it up, and you went 2 for 2 with a home run.
How come I remember all those overs? I can't remember that.
Our guys down in the truck can find that stuff within a matter of seconds. 2 for 2 with a home run against Scott Downs. I thought you'd be like, oh yeah, I got it.
Well, nobody ever called me Rain Man.
Salas rolls with a foul. So 2-2 the count. That play in the top of the third inning was ruled an error on Donaldson, so it's an unearned run.
Well, it's hit at him.
It was hit hard, but right at him.
And hard. Just knowing the circumstances, that's a tough play.
So full count with Coco Crisp waiting in the on-deck circle. The Royals still leading the Angels. It's now 7-5, top of the 8th inning in Kansas City. The Texas Rangers are leading the Mariners 2-1, bottom of the 8th inning in Texas. There's the shutdown inning numbers for Joe Saunders. A little bit above the American League average. And that one right at the knee. Strike 3 call. Back-to-back strikeouts for Saunders. I got 3.
Now
Just a
batting,
fastball.
center fielder, number 4,
Catches that low and
Coco.
inside corner. That's put in a perfect spot right there. Tough pitch for Rosie, but the A's as a team, they will strike out.
Yeah, most in the American League. But to hit the home runs, that evens it out. There's a shot. Diving play by Hardy. What a play. So Coco looked like he had a base hit. Hardy says no. And a very nice defensive play by the Orioles. Fine shortstop. Tommy Milone has 12 wins this season. That ties the Oakland rookie record for wins in a season. Who are the 2 other pitchers that he's tied with? I'll give you a hint. One is still pitching. Not with the A's. The other one is not pitching.
Okay. Good hint.
And that's not a huge hint, but we'll let our viewers chew on that for a little bit. Wieters to lead it off, followed by Ford and Reynolds here in the top of the 4th inning. Fastball all inside. Wieters bounced out to Donaldson, who made a diving play to his left to end the 1st inning and saved a run. Adam Jones was on second base when he made the play. 3-1.
watching these two pitchers work, I mean, it's just like two twins. I mean, there's very similar in how they approach the opposing team.
And it's a walk to Wieters leading off the fourth.
Rare walk.
Oh man, he just does not walk people. One walk or fewer in each of his last 14 starts.
51,
that is amazing, especially for a rookie. And granted, he's more of a control type pitcher, but still. That's his first walk. He has not struck anybody out in the ball game. Here's Lou Ford. First pitch to Ford, swing and a miss.
Ford not waiting around.
No.
He figures if they walk that guy, I'm getting a strike.
Inside. So Lou Ford signed on the 17th of May this year with the Orioles. Not signed to go right to the big leagues either. The slider breaks down again.
Start an independent ball. Work your way back. You gotta be a dedicated, passionate player and say all those things about Lou Ford.
Just turned 36 years old in August. Had some good years with the Minnesota Twins. Taps that one foul. Last time he was in the big leagues was 2007 with the Twins. He played in 55 games. The places he's pitched or he's played in since: Sheen, Long Island, Louisville, Long Island, Norfolk. So he has battled back. That one looped behind first. Carter going back, and Carter has it. So Lou Ford is retired for the second time.
Well, gets a pitch.
Number 12.
It's like low and away, and
Reynolds.
kind of comes across it, and big Chris Carter drifts under it. Lots of room here at the Oakland Coliseum. Like to see Chris bust back after that, but he's not that type of guy. Take the easy pace. Makes the grab, though.
First pitch to Reynolds, and Reynolds rips one. Tough play by Donaldson. He stays with it, and that's a double play. That was a tough hop. Donaldson handled it, and it's a 5-4-3 double play. Side retired. So bottom of the fourth coming up. Gomes to lead it off. Still 1-0 Baltimore. Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Wendy's. Be bold with Wendy's Asiago Ranch Chicken Club. Spicy, homestyle, or grilled. Try one today. 1-0, the Orioles lead. It is the bottom of the 4th inning. Youngsters having a wonderful time upstairs. Comcast Sportsnet Value Deck. So an unearned run for the Orioles. That was in the top of the 3rd inning. A's come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to Gomes is inside.
Johnny's faced Saunders a few times coming into the game. He was hitting .333. Hit that ball pretty good to center field his first time up.
Just one hit so far for the A's. Saunders has struck out 3. And this is just pitch number 37. Curveball stays high, and it's 3-0.
Well, along with bringing some sock to that 2-hole, he's also taken a lot of pitches, done a nice job, especially with Coco leading off.
Pours that one in first strike. 13-4 in his career against the A's, and 6-1 here at the Coliseum. Spent most of his career with the Angels, and then was traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks. That was in 2010, midway through the season. Full year in Arizona last year, and then traded mid-season from Arizona to Baltimore this year. That one's hit high into center field, and that's a leadoff hit for Gomes. All right, here's an October Quest update. Let's check in with Brody Brazil in the studio.
Now hitting right fielder, number 16, Josh Reddick.
Thank you, Brody. So the Rangers looking to add on to their lead. First pitch to Reddick. Rips one foul. Speaking of rallying in the 8th inning, that's what the Angels are doing as well. Kendrys Morales just hit a 2-run homer to tie the game in Kansas City at 7-7, and the Angels are still batting in the top of the 8th inning. So that is the West. A's trailing by just 3 to the Rangers. And remember, 7 of the final 10 games the A's will play this year are against Texas. That one hit very high and very foul right field. So the A's just trying to stay close. Close enough to get a shot at the first place Rangers. But Texas leading tonight at home against the Mariners. 7
games against that club, and say you're out by 3. That's very achievable.
You go 5-2.
And I saw quotes from Johnny Gomes earlier today. You know, going into the season, 500 was a meaningful goal. It was something that they were looking for, but according to him, that was not the case. You can see Reddick right here chasing this breaking ball and continues to struggle. So it's no surprise to Gomes, and I'm sure a lot of the other guys, that they are where they are. At least the confidence has always been there.
Well, I know Ray and I certainly talked a lot about it on the telecast of when the A's were below 500. We talked about getting to the 500 mark, but I think it was more in the context of get to the 500 mark and then go.
I think
because you can't really do a lot till you get there.
Exactly, and being from an outsider's perspective, that's a good one.
Left field, and that baby is gone. Cespedes homers, and the A's lead 2-1.
think that wrist is okay.
I think you're right.
Well, this is what they need. They hit a couple in the Anaheim series, and he comes up big right here. Yeah, he looked free and easy right there and clobbered this pitch. I'd like to see that big guy starting to heat up. Once again, the A's taking the lead via the home run.
85 home runs since the All-Star break. And for Cespedes, he hit a couple home runs in that series in Anaheim, and he's got one tonight. So after a 21-game drought without hitting a home run, he's starting to leave the yard. And it's 3-0 to Carter. So 19 home runs now for Cespedes, 70 RBIs.
Well, when he comes out of the game last night, it's a tough one if you're an A's fan and you're Bob Melvin, because you know what you're missing if this guy's not in the lineup. And especially as he showed, he started to heat up, and right here's that swing. So simple, so short, but so explosive. Big noise, and this ball went like a 3-iron out of the ballpark.
So that's followed by a Carter 4-pitch walk, and here's Donaldson.
He's been so efficient up to this point. Saunders has. As soon as you get bit, the tendency is to try to get more fine, and he did with Carter.
Reynolds dives, he cannot get it. It's a foul ball.
Just a jam shot. Foul territory and full extension, but just short.
Good effort by Mark Reynolds.
Great effort. Just never got high enough for him to get over and get under it.
So 0-1 the count to Donaldson, who had a base hit in the second inning. Cespedes with a 2-run homer here in the fourth to give the A's the 2-1 lead. Fouled straight back, high fastball. Now the Angels have taken the lead in Kansas City 8-7, and they're still batting in the top of the 8th inning. So the Royals bullpen not helping the situation. 0-2 pitch, and that's inside, and that one's going to head over to the A's dugout, near the A's dugout, and it's going to allow Carter to go to second. So an 0-2 pitch that was nowhere near the strike zone, and Wieters could not even block it.
I don't know if Saunders ended up getting on the side of this pitch and cutting it. Looks like it had a little extra movement. When you see the catcher not turn his glove the other way and kind of chase it with your thumb down and almost chase it out of the zone, you're fooled by the movement. And it looked like that's exactly what happened to Wieters right there, and you end up riding it out of the zone, and it was in the dirt. Advances Carter.
So runner in scoring position for Donaldson. Norris in the on-deck circle. Oh, foul. Donaldson had 5 hits in that series down in Anaheim. He was 5 for 13.
Another example of a young guy trying to come up here, make this adjustment. And really, it's consistency that's the formula. So many of the young guys have done it so well, and he's doing it as well.
Toward right field. Lou Ford going back, still going back, and he makes the catch. Hustling back is Carter, but a very nice play by Lou Ford. So that's the second out.
Great 2-strike swing from Donaldson right here. Continues to do well with 2 strikes. And when he's hitting the ball to this side of the field, he's at his best. I didn't think Lou Ford was going to get to this ball, but he had a good break. Took a good angle. Makes a nice grab right here. It's a tough play right there. Chris Carter was halfway. The one out. Already in scoring position, so he stays there at second base.
So here's Norris. In the dirt. The White Sox shut out the Twins. 6-0 was the final there. So the White Sox win in a shutout, and the Tigers win in a shutout. So the White Sox lead in the AL Central remains 1 game. Chris Sale won his 17th game. Well, he's been terrific this year. Tall left-hander. Change-up floats outside. Good group up there tonight. The value depth, Comcast Sportsnet value depth.
Pretty loud on that Cespedes home run. Keep it warm up here. Well, he gives up a hard hit ball to Donaldson, the home run to Cespedes, and here he falls behind 3-0, which is just not the case for a guy like Saunders. He throws a lot of strikes, but once you get bit a couple times in the zone, you have a tendency to kind of just get a little bit more fine. I can't quite be as confident throwing some balls in the zone, and here he is behind again with Norris.
That's a good call, because he's pitching a lot different now than he did the first 3 innings.
Well, he had 37 pitches or whatever it was through 3. This inning he's got 23. He loses a little bit of that confidence when he gets used to pounding the zone, and all of a sudden they start hitting.
What's hit? Diving. Hardy, he's going to save a run, but it's going to be a hit for Norris. Machado couldn't get it. Hardy was able to get it. So it's going to go as a hit, but a nice play by Hardy to save a run for the time being anyways.
Well, Norris doesn't hit this pitch really good, but it's another great example of how fast this infield is. Typically, that ball's going to slow down a little bit, but it's so hard right now that it's just gaining speed. Hardy makes a nice play just to keep it in the infield and keep Carter from scoring, but that ball was hit off the end of the bat by Norris.
So you've noticed 2 or 3 balls hit tonight that it's clear the infield is very hard.
2 to Donaldson, and not only the speed, but choppers will end up maintaining that high hop, which is a tough read, especially for these infielders who are used to receiving a ball that would stay on the ground a little bit more often. He kind of, when he dove, his wrist and glove kind of got bent underneath him. Stretched something there in his elbow or wrist.
0-1 to Stephen Drew.
But you hear visiting teams come in, and even the home club, you get used to one field, and they know this time of year there's nothing you can do about it. Clay, the grounds crew, guys, just, he can't do anything with it. When you got this much play on the field, it just gets harder. So it's an adjustment. You hear them talking about it. They play a little deeper. It changes the defensive alignment. It's one of those adjustments here at Coliseum at this time of year.
Drew tries to hold up, and it's a strike.
I think he went around here, but maybe he did. Yeah, looks like he broke that plane. Carlson brings him up.
So 1-2 to Drew. Slider down the point. Well, the entire dirt area in the infield is in play as far as the football field goes. The only part that's not in play is the first base line and the third base line and all around home plate. But even about 70% of the pitcher's mound is in play for the football field. Obviously, the mound gets taken away, but
you could see the patchwork. It's just tough to maintain that moist, lush grass that is typical of this field 90% of the year.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a slider. So Stephen Drew strikes out for the second time, but Yoenis Cespedes, he's starting to heat up, folks. His 19th home run of the year, and the A's have a 2-1 lead after 4. Which ties the Oakland rookie record. Who are the two other pitchers that he is tied with? Joe Blanton and Chris Cataroli. Joe Blanton now with the Dodgers. Cataroli did it in 1983. Blanton did it in 2005. Some of the other names: Brett Anderson, Tim Hudson, John Henry Johnson, and Steve McCatty. Steve McCatty, the pitching coach for the Washington Nationals. A's now with a 2-1 lead, so see if Tommy Milone can do his magic with the lead. 2-1. Davis, Machado, and Dino. Davis hit a fly ball to center field. He was in the second inning, and he drives this one deep center field. Coke goes back, Coco leaps, and it's gone. 2-2 game. Davis homers for the 26th time this year. This is what the Orioles do, folks. They hit the ball out of the ballpark.
They've been doing this all year, and this man right here can hit a ton. And he does it just like that, blowing in. And to hit this ball as low as he did, out of dead center, you are strong. I got out of here in a hurry.
So, here's Manny Machado. Well, the Orioles have now hit 186 home runs this year. That's the third most in the American League. And that one's in the right field for a base hit for Manny Machado. He's 2 for 2. All right, we got another October Quest update. Here's Brody Brazil in the studio. Brody.
Now batting, number 11, Robert Andino.
All right, thanks, Brody. Also, the Angels 8, the Royals 7, going to the top of the 9th in Kansas City. First pitch to Andino is a strike. So the two teams that have hit more home runs than the Orioles this year in the American League, the Yankees have hit 213. The White Sox have hit 188. Now the Orioles 186. The Jays are 4th. So you start getting around 200 home runs in a season for a team. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Overall, the Orioles are 9th in the league in runs scored. They do not steal a lot of bases. They're second to last in steals.
Solid bullpen.
The bullpen has been a huge key for them. They have a couple interesting records. One is in one-run games, 27-7. Bullpen gets credit for that, or a lot of credit. And they have won 13 consecutive extra inning games.
And when they go extra innings, they like to go 14, 15, or even
playing.
more.
Keep playing. Stephen Drew has it. Out at second, out at first. 6-4-3 double play. So 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
Well, being a hard field when it's hit at somebody is a good chance they can turn it because it gets to the infielder so quick. Stephen Drew does a nice job of feeding Rosales, giving Penny a day off. Does a nice job at second base. Rosie does. Turns that one clean. Good 2-out turn there from Malone.
Top of the order, Nate McCloof, and that's a strike on the outside corner. McCloof has popped to short and then hit a fly ball to right. So the run differential for the Orioles is -20. And it is not easy to have a winning record, let alone win a division with a run differential that's a minus. But the Orioles are doing it. It does happen occasionally. Fastball is high. And a run differential, very simple. How many runs do you score against how many runs do you give up?
Well, you got to win a lot of one-run games like they do.
Well, generally you win a lot of one-run games, and occasionally you get blown out a little bit if your run differential is going to be in the minus. Two pitch to McCloof. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's the first strikeout for Tommy Malone. But a Chris Davis home run is 26th of the year, and we are all tied. Hey, who's that? Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by the Raceway in Sonoma. The World Touring Car Championship premieres September 21st through the 23rd. Tickets at www.racesonoma.com. 2-2 game tonight. The A's and the Orioles. We're upstairs, Comcast Sportsnet Value Deck. Great view of the ball game. So Rosales to lead it off. And Chris, that one past Machado down the left field line. And Rosales is going to try for two, and the throw's going to be late. And the A's have a runner at second with nobody out. Machado went for the backhand, and he could not come up with it.
Well, Rosie hit this ball pretty good. Gets something on the inside half. Might have been like a slight cutter, but this ball gets right on Machado. You can see that it's by his glove before he can get it there. Youngster, not used to the quick conditions here, gets by him.
So here's Coco Crisp. Not have a ruling on that play yet. Let you know when that comes through.
Well, your Machado's typically a shortstop, so he's a little further from the action normally. So you're at third base, and that ball gets on you that quick. Because he was playing Rosie in a little bit. That ball got on him fast. He's not used to that.
Machado in, and so is Mark Reynolds, the first baseman. Coco tries to hold up. He can't, and the count is 0-2. Coco was robbed of a hit in the third inning. Hit a low line drive that Hardy dove for.
He smoked that ball last time up.
347 average. Runners in scoring position. That's the case right now. Lined off the side wall down the right field. See, he acts like he's working. He's really not. He's stealing nachos.
That was. Did he go back for seconds? You got any cheese on me?
Yeah, you do. That one's a base hit to left field. Rosales had to make sure that it got through. So the A's have first and third and nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth.
Well, Coco's only hit 250 on the season, but you can see that stat before. He's hitting about 350 with runners in scoring position. And this is a good pitch by Saunders. Coco stays back, uses those hands, comes up big, keeps the momentum going. We got men at the corners, no outs. Good read here by Rosie. Turns, sees where it's at. No chances with no outs. Be safe right there and stay at third base.
Now the ball that Rosales hit has been ruled a double. So a double and a single to start the bottom of the fifth, and here's Gomes.
I like the call. I think that was a tough play from Machado.
Gomes singled and then scored on the Cespedes home run in the fourth inning. First pitch in the dirt.
Gomes sees Saunders pretty well. He got into a 3-0 count last time up. He squared the ball twice. I think if you're to pick somebody in the order that you'd want up in this situation, you're looking at him right here.
Keep an eye on Coco Crisp. You never know. That one is a strike on the inside corner.
Well, he wants to finish this fastball inside, and you can see Weeder set up way in, and he paints it right there. If he misses over the plate, Gomes, he can do something with it, but if he puts it right there, it's a tough pitch.
There's Gomes. No. It's good luck. It's good luck. Pitch out.
You're right. You got to watch out for Coco. Buck took a chance there with a pitch out to put Saunders in a hitter's count.
Coco has 34 steals. He's only been thrown out 4 times. On deck is Reddick. Not going. That one's hit hard, and that's a base hit left field. Rosales trots in to score, and the A's grab the lead right back at 3-2. So Gomes gets his 43rd RBI.
Another guy doing a great job with runners in scoring position. Saunders tried to come back in with a fastball. Leaves it out just a little bit. Not a bad pitch, but Gomes is able to find a hole. He's pumped up down the line, clapping his hands. Gomes. That's a loose bunch, isn't it?
Jake Arrieta quickly getting loose. Chris Davis tied it at the top of this inning, but the A's have come right back with 3 consecutive hits.
Looks like Tom is enjoying the action, I know deep down.
So still nobody out, and here's Reddick.
Well, Reddick's really been struggling, but one thing is, against the Orioles, historically, he's got a good average, he's doing really well, a lot of damage.
Reddick shows butt, takes it down and away. Reddick with a ground out and a strikeout. He's got 1 sack bunt this season. Not bunting this time, and he lines one, grabbed by Reynolds, and he steps on first for a double play. So just like that, 2 outs.
Well, that's tough for Reddick right there. He's been struggling, but he's hit a lot of balls. He did on this road trip on the screws with nothing to show for it. First pitch, he shows bunt, but it was more of a bluff. Gets a pitch and absolutely slices this to first base. He's just in one of those ruts right here. That would have been a huge hit for the A's. Saunders dodges a major bullet right there. But I know he doesn't know it. I want to hear it right now, but it's good to see him square up a tough lefty right there.
So they're going to walk Cespedes to pitch to Carter. Cespedes for the rest of us.
That's good. I like it.
Arrieta quickly getting loose.
Isn't there a Festivus pole?
Yeah.
Find a Cespedes pole
here. So Carter will try to add on here with the A's a run in. 2 on, 2 out. Carter tonight, a fly ball to center field and a walk. First pitch to Big Chris, and swing and a miss.
Well, the big guy's struggling a little bit. 14 Ks in his last 6 games. But he's doing pretty good with runners in scoring position on the season.
That one's hit toward Hardy, who handles a tough hop. flips to second, side, retired. So the A's get a run on 3 hits. We're headed to the 6th inning. It's the Athletics 3 and the Orioles 2.
Community Day. This post-game event is highlighted by A's players sharing their testimonials, as well as a performance by Donnie Moore and the Radical Reality Team. For more information and tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/church. You must purchase a special ticket for this event to participate in the post-game festivities.
A's have a 3-2 lead. It's the top of the 6th inning from the Coliseum. Tommy Malone will face Hardy, Jones, and Wieters, so the 2, 3, 4 hitters. 66 pitches thrown by Malone. Hardy tonight, a ground out, and then he reached out an end.
Well, Saunders got out of a jam right there.
A lot of help from a line drive double play off the bat of Reddick. Way outside, now 3-1. A big rip at a 3-1 fastball, fouled the pack. Jones waits in the on-deck circle. A lot of power against Malone in this inning. 3-2 pitch, foul back. So Malone, a 3-1 fastball, and then a 3-2 fastball.
You get to a 3-2 count with Malone, you're not sold you're going to get a certain pitch. He's got a lot of different options, and I think that's why he stepped off, second guessing what he wanted to do.
So Hardy leads off the top of the 6th inning with a base hit. So that's the 5th hit for the Baltimore Orioles. And now Jones steps in.
Number 10, Adam Jones.
29 home runs for Jones.
Good production from the middle of this order. 21 from Hardy, 29 from Jones. He's doubled his first time up.
This one's hit foul. Carter, and he's got a huge out as Adam Jones fouls out on the first pitch. So he's not a happy camper.
I think those were kind words for this ballpark, and it's vast foul ground. Carter knows it.
Now batting,
easy play.
Number 32, Matt Wieters.
So that'll bring up Wieters. Wieters a ground out and a walk so far in the ball game. So Wieters with 19 home runs. Hit 22 home runs last year.
Five guys end up hitting 20 or more. That's something.
And that's inside 2-0. Matt Wieters was a very high draft pick. He was the 5th player taken in the 2007 draft.
Easy to see why. Big guy, great body, durable catcher, good arm.
Switch hitter.
Switch hitter, hits for power. Those guys get gobbled up quick.
2-0 fastball for a strike. Wieters has been an all-star a couple times, including this year. Lays off that pitch and a pickoff to first, and just getting back is Hardy. So Norris, snap throw to Carter. Watch Hardy. And Norris saw that and he alertly threw it down, and they almost got him.
Hardy got snipered right there. Looked like he hurt his ankle almost. Didn't look pretty. Twists his wrist or whatever in the field earlier. Now he's falling all over the place. Snapped over by Norris.
3-1 to Wieters is a bit outside, and it's a walk. So that's the second walk issued by Malone. So that breaks that stretch of games where he has walked one batter or fewer, 14
number
consecutive.
51, Lou
Both ended
Ford.
up being versus Wieters.
Yep. Got to go back to June 13th at Colorado when he walked more than one. He walked 4 that game. So 78 pitches as he faces Lou Ford. 2 on, 1 out.
Still a manageable pitch count. Been pretty efficient. A lot of it was with the only 1K. Could use a big double play right here.
Breaking ball, and Ford lays off. So Jerry Blevins is going to start to throw. Going to give Jerry a little time as Kurt Young comes out.
Well, Saunders got in a jam the inning before, and Malone finds himself in a similar situation.
So Kurt Young jogs back to the dugout. Blevins warming up quickly. So 1-0 to Ford. On deck is Mark Reynolds. Ford hits one hard. Donaldson has it. To second for one. Rosales double play. So Lou Ford hits into the double play, and the Orioles do not score. Big pitch by Malone, and he gets the double play. So we're headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still 3-2. Prieskamp. Cruise Light Prieskamp brought to you by Frostbrewed Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing beer. Star Wars night, fireworks night.
I love the Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
My wife's ringtone is the theme of Darth Vader. She doesn't like it, but that's how my.
So you weren't lying.
Yes, no, I'm a geek.
Donaldson to lead it off.
Nice play to end that last inning. He's got some action over there today. He started a few of those 5-4-3 double plays that have been very big for the A's.
Well, the A's have turned 3 double plays in the last 3 innings.
Gets his feet going. Nice feed to Rosie. Rosie finishes it off. Big defensive play from Malone.
So 2-0 to Donaldson. Norris will be next, and then Drew here in the bottom of the 6th inning. This one's popped up just below us. Donaldson with a single and then a fly ball to right field. But it's foul. Donaldson went down to get it. Heads up down there. Jesse Chavez, Jim Miller.
They got all the time to get out of the way, yet they sit there.
I'll wait till the last minute.
He must be cold.
So 2-2. A's with 3 runs on 7 hits. They've committed 1 error. The Orioles 2-5-0 so far. Right center. Plenty of room for Adam Jones as he drifts to his left. He's got it for out number 1. So Donaldson now 1 for 3, and that'll bring up Derek Norris.
Now batting, the catcher, number 36, Derek Norris.
Well, Norris started just 1 of the 4 games in Anaheim. George Katar swinging a hot bat. Bob Melvin wanted to stay with the hot hand. Breaking ball and a good one. Drops in for a strike to Norris.
Well, Kataris was on that hot long ball streak. You had all those righties throwing. You kind of just don't want to change things when you're going right.
Angels leading the Royals 9-7 in the bottom of the 9th inning. So they're trying to wrap up that come from behind win.
Norris had a nice RBI double last night. Yesterday.
So Saunders gave up the Cespedes 2-run homer in the 4th, and then the Gomes RBI single in the 5th.
I think Saunders' necklace keeps popping out, and the umpires told him a few times to tuck it back in.
And that one just a bit inside. Sellout crowd tonight, over 35,000. Take by Norris as that ball blocked. 3-2. Moving around out in the Orioles bullpen again. Norris hits one down that way. So up for the second time, Jake Arrieta. So you get the feeling Arrieta's going to get in this game at some point.
You gotta believe. Too far off.
3-2 pitch again, foul down the right field line.
Good job of battling right here by Norris. A couple pitches away, not out in front, letting the ball get deep. Good two-strike approach. Wouldn't be surprised if it forces Saunders to try to finish him off in with that fastball.
So another 3-2 to Norris. Hit hard to the right side. Andino, the second baseman, has it, guns it to first. And they just get Norris. So that's out number 2. Hey, it's where after the game is as important as the game itself. Immediately following every Raiders game this season, change the channel to Comcast Sportsnet California for Raiders Postgame Live. Jim Cosmore, Bill Romanowski, Lorenzo Neal, Kate Longworth, insider Paul Gutierrez. They're all going to be there, and it's immediately following after the game on Sunday. The Raiders and the Dolphins. Complete Raiders coverage every night. Sportsnet Central and CSN California.com. So the Raiders in Miami on Sunday. 2 outs for Stephen Drew. Fastball just a bit outside. Drew struggling right now. Tonight, a couple of strikeouts, both swinging. He's 0 for his last 15.
Had a couple big hits in that Seattle series at the beginning of that trip, but it's been pretty quiet since.
Clubber Lang is in the house, huh?
That's a pretty good look right there.
Makes you think of the A-team. We're not doing the A-team tonight. But we're going to do the A-team tomorrow night after the game.
Could use a few more necklaces maybe to pull off the full look.
Mr. T starter kit.
Yep, he's got the starter kit.
And a good pitch by Saunders, and Drew strikes out for the 3rd time. So 3 up, 3 down inning, and we're on to the 7th. Reynolds will lead it off. 3-2 Athletics. Ask, how does a pitcher record 4 strikeouts in a single inning? All right, well, this is how you can do it. Ryan Cook did it earlier this year in Baltimore. All right, there's 1 strikeout. There's 2 strikeouts. Now, here's the key. Now, that's a strikeout, but it's also a wild pitch, and the runner is allowed to reach first. But Cook does get credit for a strikeout, even though the runner reaches first. He then struck out the next guy, so he got credited for 4 strikeouts in that inning.
You could get a whole bunch
so
of
I was going to say, I guess you could get
an infinite number.
You could just keep striking people out on wild pitches, I guess. You're right. But that's how you strike out 4 in an inning. Because a 3rd strike swinging and then a pass ball or wild pitch, the runner gets first, but you get the strikeout. Reynolds, Davis, Machado here in the top of the 7th inning. Neshek, Blevins. Reynolds loops one to center. Coco coming in, and Coco's going to play it out of high. So Mark Reynolds got that big swing, play a little bit deeper. Coco just could not get it, and Coco comes in on the ball as well as anybody.
Yeah, it's a big swing, just jams Reynolds here, and Coco, as soon as his hit, I could see him bust in. He knew it was going to be shallow, but just not enough air under it to allow Coco to get there. And if he can't get there, no one's getting there. And wisely pulls up, getting too close to it because you don't know where it's going to bounce out in that patchy area.
So, a leadoff man aboard for the Orioles. It's Reynolds, and here's Chris Davis. The A's turned a double play in the 4th. They've turned a double play in the 5th. They turned a double play in the 6th.
Can't have enough of those.
Slider first, huh? Davis, his 26th home run in the 5th, and then in his first at bat in the 2nd, he had a fly ball to center field. 3-2 game, A's leading the Orioles. Foul.
Back in the 5th. Malone gets a ball down and a little bit over the plate more than he'd liked. Davis knows what to do with them when they get thrown right there. He absolutely smashed that ball. But if you're going to throw him inside, you got to get it under those hands.
Try to go up above the hands that time.
He's a strong man if he gets extended. And he wants to get extended.
Pitch. Woo. That one hung a little bit. Davis fouled it back. I think he'd like to see that one again.
Seemed to see that pitch pretty good, huh?
I think he did. That's Machado waiting in the on-deck circle. After him, it would be Andino. Everything is final in the American League. Angels just finished off that 9-7 win over the Royals. We're down 7-5. Tied it in the 8th. Added on in the 8th. Won the game. Walden got the win. Frieri got the save. Texas beat Seattle 9-3. Darvish got his 15th win. Kinsler and Hamilton homered. Number 42 for Hamilton. A 7-run 8th inning for first place Rangers.
There's a big pitch right here. Never know if Malone will see the next one.
Davis just stays alive. Rays beat the Yankees 6-4. Price over Sabathia. Price wins his 18th. Rodney 43rd save. Upton with a home run. For the Yankees, Granderson is 38th. Alex Rodriguez his 18th. The Rays win at Yankee Stadium. 3-2 pitch, and that one will foul. Tigers shut out Cleveland 4-0. Verlander, 7 innings, wins his 14th. Tigers have won 3 in a row, and the A's will be in Detroit Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Another 3-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss on a strikeout. Change up, and it was a good one.
Well, Bob's going to make a change. Has a great slider or change up. Had a nice depth to it. I couldn't quite tell. Either way, it's a strikeout. This is what he was looking for. Something to go down in that outer half quadrant. Great outing for Tommy Malone.
When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Tommy Malone leaves to a standing ovation. Two lead in the top of the 7th inning. Orioles with a runner at first, 1 out. Manny Machado steps in, and he's going to face a new pitcher, Pat Neshek. First pitch is a slider outside from Neshek. Machado is 2 for 2 with a couple of singles and a run scored.
Yeah, Bob Melvin has not taken any chances here. A couple decent at bats off of Malone from Machado, and he's bringing in the righty Neshek.
Machado swings wildly and misses. The A's acquired Neshek from the Baltimore Orioles on August 3rd. Neshek was pitching in the minor leagues for the Orioles. Swing and a miss again. So Machado seen a couple of good sliders from Neshek.
You got to believe if you haven't faced this guy, it's a tough learning curve right out of the gate. Great slider right there with the funky arm action.
Robert Andino, right-handed hitter, is waiting in the on-deck circle. So 2 runs, 1 earned for Tommy Malone in 6 1/3. Pitch just missed inside. Neshek thought it was a strike.
That was a backup slider. Is not exactly where he wanted it. Doesn't quite get the break. Stays pretty straight. A lot of times when it's a close pitch like that and you miss your location, you don't get it.
Runner goes. Pitches outside. He walked him. So Machado works the walk. So the close pitch, call the ball, and then the 3-2 pitch outside. Well, one thing you're going to see in this series is 2 very good bullpens.
Now batting, number 11, Robert
now up with Leathers.
Andino.
So 2 on, 1 out. Here's Andino. Left-handed hitting Nate McCluth is in the on-deck circle. First pitch is inside. Andino, second baseman, and he pops it up, and that'll reach the seats. So 1-1 the count.
Well, Mishak's throwing a couple good sliders, and he's throwing a couple bad sliders.
That last one was a bad one.
They've kind of just spun. They've kind of come out of his hand early. The one he wanted on Machado was even not a great one.
And that one stays inside again. So
just a case of leave it. It's just not finishing the pitch out front. It ends up spinning out of your hand early. I don't know if it's the grip or what, but it's an adjustment you got to make because those are dangerous pitches, especially for some of these guys that have some serious power.
2-1 to Andino. That one hit toward Drew. Second for one. Rosales to first. Dug out by Carter. And another double play turn by the Athletics. That is 4 in the game. And the A's hang on to their 3-2 lead. Fourth. So we figured it would be a tight ball game tonight, and it is. Authentic Fan Friday with the Comcast Sportsnet Value Deck, and we're having fun. Seems like everybody sits up here, has a good time.
So blast.
Yeah, they are. That's a good group up here. So Scott Hedberg, popular as we figured he would be up here.
It's great hanging with the fans. Yes, cowbell.
There's the cowbell right over our shoulder. I'll be back off on that a little bit, but that's okay. So Jake Arrieta comes in, young right-hander. It's time for change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. See the numbers. Mostly as a starter. In fact, Arrieta just made his first career relief appearance. He's going to face a pinch hitter. It's Cliff Pennington. So Pennington hitting for Rosales. Rosales had a double and he scored a run in the 5th inning.
Did a nice job turning that last double play. Got himself a hit, had a good day. But with Arrieta, lefties are hitting 298 off him. So Bob Melvin wanted to put that left-handed bat in here to start this inning.
1-0 pitch to Pennington is a breaking ball, and he swings and misses. Trying to take that back. The count is 1-2 now to Pennington. Crisp will follow, and then Gomes. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there by Arrieta, right in on the hands of Pennington. So that's out number 1 here in the 7th inning.
Well, Arrieta throws pretty hard, but it's pretty straight. Call it a 4-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour right there. Not too cute. Catches the inner third. Too much for Pennington. That's a good Bernie right
That's
there.
good group out in right field.
Little R2D2 hat on. Little Bernie.
Yeah, had a lot of fun this year. Toward the A's bullpen. Coco Crisp is 1 for 3 tonight. He had a base hit in the 5th inning. So Cook starts to throw, or Cook continues to throw. So it looks like he's going to get the 8th inning. Fastball inside.
Coco's hit the ball pretty good today. Lined out, got a base hit his last time.
The 2-1 pitch. Bunted, and it's bunted foul.
Coco trying to take the rookie by surprise with a 2-1 drag bunt. Not a bad idea. Okay, use that.
I think it's been with the A's all year. Well, starting about July 1st.
The force has been strong with us.
Coco digs back in, 2-2 the count. Big curveball, but it stays outside. Johnny Gomes will be next.
Seth Smith comes up and gets a appearance for Gomes if Coco gets on, possibly.
Swing and a miss. Good curveball from Arrieta. So he has back-to-back strikeouts here in the 7th inning. All right, here's our Chevron pitching matchup for tomorrow night's Zach Britton, the young lefty, against Jared Parker, the young righty. 5:30 A's pregame live. The ballgame at 6. And that is the Chevron pitching matchup for tomorrow night. So Johnny Gomes will hit off the right-hander Arrieta. Well, we had good news today, Scott. Brandon McCarthy was at the ballpark and he met with his teammates. Not media or anything like that, but he wanted to see his teammates. He was in the clubhouse for a little while. They got a chance to visit with Brandon McCarthy. So
Those great news.
That is good news. I'm sure his teammates felt good about it, and I bet Brandon McCarthy felt good about it as well. He wanted to get out here. He was here for not a real long time, for a little bit.
A little Bernie head there.
Yeah.
You can feel it home.
So Arrieta strikes out the side. So young right-hander does his thing. We're going to the 8th inning. Cook's coming in. It'll be the top of the order for the Orioles.
Come early to enjoy the pregame fiesta featuring Chevrolet's Ride and Drive event, live Lucha Libre wrestling, mariachi music, a player appearance, and more. One lucky fan at the pregame fiesta will win an authentic Atleticos jersey and the chance to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. In addition, 10,000 fans will receive an Atleticos tote bag, courtesy of Chevrolet. For more information and tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/fiesta.
Now pitching for the Athletics, number 48, Ryan Cook.
So it is the top of the 8th inning in front of a sellout crowd tonight at the Coliseum. The A's with a 3-2 lead over the Orioles. When it's time for a change, think speedy oil change and tune-up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. So Ryan Cook comes in, and he's going to face the top of the order. McCluth, Hardy, and Jones. This pitch to McCluth. Hit down the left field line, but foul. So Pennington comes in the game. He's going to play second base. So he pinch hit for Adam Rosales.
Well, when you're predicting this matchup with these two clubs, there were certain things they did well. They had solid starting pitching, really good bullpens, and they lived by the home run, and I think you're seeing a little bit of all of that today. We'll see if that bullpen trend continues for the A's in this, what is another one-run ballgame.
0-2 pitch to McCluth. Slider, it was a good one. McCluth just was able to get a piece of it. Well, the difference right now is each team has hit a home run. The A's home run was a 2-run homer. The Orioles home run was a solo home run. There you go. For a high fastball, and it's right there. Strike 3 call. McCluth is arguing with Angel Hernandez.
Well, I think Cookie was trying to climb the ladder a little bit more. You could see how high Norris was, but
number 2,
he missed his spot through this.
Hardy.
You can see that pitch is at the very top of the zone. Not a bad call. I don't think that pitch is too high. Definitely below the letters.
So 1 out. Here's Hardy. Right there with 96 miles per hour. Hardy is grounded out, reached on an errant single. Tapped slowly. It's going to be a fair ball. Donaldson barehands, throws in time. What a play by Donaldson. He barehanded it right near the line and gunned it to first for the out.
What a play. You're right. What a play. This is a slow chopper. That's some confidence when you decide to barehand that ball. He probably had time to put it in his glove and be sure at grabbing it. Has a slight kick to the foul side. Goes right to his hand. Big throw, and he's pumped, as he should be. That is a big league play right there. The mixer.
Here's Adam Jones. When is a strike on the inside corner.
Not only is everything else playing to script, but the defensive part has been huge both sides.
Yeah.
The double plays on the A side, big double play for Saunders with Reddick lining out.
And not close as Adam Jones. He missed that by about a foot and a half. So it's 0-2. Fouled into the on-deck circle.
I think he was playing that to his bare hand the entire time. Got him by 2 steps. Much more difficult play than he made it look.
Slider, he got it. So a 3-up, 3-down inning for Cook with a couple of strikeouts. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 3-2 Athletics.
Deck? No way!
Here's our game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Cespedes with a home run, 2-run shot in the 4th inning. That gave the A's a 2-1 lead. But Chris Davis answered right back in the top of the 5th with a solo shot. So the game was tied 2-2. And this right here gave the A's the lead that they still had. That was an RBI single by Johnny Gomes in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-6-0 for the Orioles, 3-7-1 for the Athletics. Malone went 6 2/3 innings. Joe Saunders went 6. So each team with a home run, but Cespedes had the 2-run shot. That's your game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. So Ryan Cook has a very impressive top of the 8th inning, and Josh Reddick in the bottom of the 8th leads things off with a line single to right. So Reddick has his first hit.
Reddick jumps on this first pitch breaking ball. Looks like he's going to line out again. Hits it good. Just out of the reach into right field for a base hit. That's got to be a big relief for Josh Reddick. Hit the ball good a couple times today. A's looking to tack on right here. So they've done so well as of late.
So here's Cespedes, strikeout, homer, and a walk. The walk was intentional. That was in the 5th inning. First pitch, strike. So BAL 4 is warming up for the A's. In that 9th inning, going to be Wieters, Ford, and Reynolds, the 3 scheduled hitters. Not close. Arrieta struck out the side in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss. Good tight slider there by the right-hander. Carter will be next. So good atmosphere tonight. Sold out crowd. Fans are into it. Enjoying the pennant race that the A's are in. This one's popped up, and it's just a little shy of us.
Yeah, it's tough not to be excited. Not only is it this time of year and your team's in a race, but it's just 2 of the most improbable stories coming together and making a lot of noise with some of the big boys. So a lot of these faces that you don't know right now, they're making a name for themselves. Josh Reddick being one of them, this guy being another.
When you think about the Orioles, whatever happens tonight, there will be in first place tomorrow, either by a game or they'll be tied with the Yankees. The A's, the #1 wild card team, and the Rangers can't shake the A's.
You know they're looking back over their shoulder a little bit, going. They looking at the schedule knowing they got to play them 7 times.
2 pitch. Cespedes holds up, and the count is full.
Arrieta's got a nice little tight slider right now. It's right off his fastball. Good arm action. Got a late little bite to it going away from these right-handed hitters. Tough pitch to lay off. Cespedes does a nice job right there of holding up.
Reddick, decent lead at first, and he takes off, and Cespedes swings and fouls it back. Just got a piece of it. So Reddick heads back to first. As he trots back to first, he's looking at Mike Gallego. Gag's going through some signs. So Zach Phillips is going to start throwing again. See if Reddick goes again. He does. And a swing and a miss. Wieters' throw is hot. It's going to be a strikeout. So they're calling Cespedes, I believe, for interference. So on the swing and the miss, Angel Hernandez is saying he fell over the bag. So Reddick is going to be out, and it's going to end up being a double play. There was contact, and I guess if there's contact made, now watch his hand. His hand hit the bat, and maybe the bat and the helmet.
Well, that's got to hurt. Cespedes was fine tell he stepped in with his back foot. If you're leaning over, but your feet are in the box after a swing, you might get the benefit of the doubt. But Cespedes follows through, loses his balance a bit, steps in with his right foot. And once you do that, and the catcher, Wieters, you're taught to continue your throw and try to draw contact.
And he did.
And he did, and that's a good call right there.
So 2 outs, and here's Carter. What you don't see a lot is contact by the catcher with the bat.
Right.
Usually it's, body-to-body contact, but that time it looked like Wieters' hand either hit the bat or the top of his helmet.
Or both. It's something hard.
Because that's going to hurt.
You could see him reel back with his hand. Seems to be throwing okay, but I got a stinger on those fingers.
One and one to Carter. Big curve, and it's a strike. So Carter behind in the count, 1-2. Arrieta kicks, and another break. This time Carter lays off. Carter is 0 for 2. He walked in the 4th inning. Ball away. Balfour is loose. He's going to get that out. And Carter goes around on a pitch that was one ways outside. Angel Hernandez says you win. So we're headed to the ninth, folks. Balfour hopes to save it. 3-2 A's. A's Baseball on Comcast Sports at California is brought to you by Roaring Camp Railroads. The further you go, the closer you get. Take a steam train through the Redwood Forest. It's the ride of a lifetime. RoaringCamp.com. So Grant Balfour has finished his warm-up tosses, and he is set to try to save this baby for the Athletics. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and spawn expert. So it's been Malone, Nishak, Cook, and Balfour. Maybe the biggest story in this game is the A's turning 4 double plays.
Wieters.
So Wieters to lead off. Wieters, his first 3 at-bats came right-handed. This is his first one left-handed, and the first pitch is a fastball right there for a strike. So Derek Barton is now in the game at first base for the Athletics. Fastball right there, strike 2. Wieters takes 2 fastballs right down the middle. Lou Ford will be next, and then Mark Reynolds. Looks like there is a pinch hitter. Endy Chavez comes out. Wieters just got a piece of that one. Wieters has grounded out and walked twice.
You got to believe with the middle of this lineup and the ability to go deep that there's going to be some swings for the fences in this inning.
That one bounced into the hole. Stephen Drew has it. His throw to first is not in time, and Wieters beats it out. So the shift was on. Drew was playing over towards second base, and he had a long ways to go, and he just did not have enough time. So
time now for the AT&T U-verse reverse replay, and I tell you, it's the pitcher's best friend, and we saw it a bunch tonight. Tommy Malone put him in a lane a bunch of times. Josh Donaldson got a couple started. Kept Malone's pitch count down. Here you see it to Stephen Drew. And great cross by Rosie to come across the bag.
Endy Chavez batting for Lou Ford.
4 big ones right there.
it's a good time to make it 5. We got a pinch hitter and a pinch runner. So the pinch runner is number 70, Xavier Avery. The pinch hitter is Endy Chavez. So good speed at first and good speed in the batter's box with Endy Chavez.
Donaldson's well inside the grass right now at third base.
Chavez swinging away as a big rip at the first pitch, fouls it back. Baltimore Orioles as a team this year 8 for 58 in pitch hitting. That's a 138 average. Lowest in the major leagues. On deck is Mark Reynolds. Chavez takes just a bit inside. Goes pitch.
Good location right there. In ball 4.
We mentioned it earlier, 27-7 in one-run games are the Baltimore Orioles, and they're sitting on one right here. Outfield shifted over toward left. Avery runs, and the ball is bounced foul right behind Derek Norris. So Xavier Avery was on the move. Athletics, a very good 21 and 15 in one-run games.
Won the last 13 of 16, so they're no stranger to these games.
So the count is 1-2 to Endy Chavez. Not running, and that's a swing and a miss, and that's strikeout for Balfour, and that's out number 1. Balfour with the good heater right there.
Well, he's pumped up, and he should be. This is a big, big out. Great location. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Not much Chavez can do with this one. Might have got just a piece of it, but Norris hangs on. Big one out right there.
So here is Mark Reynolds. Everybody knows the story with Mark Reynolds. Lots and lots of power and lots of strikeouts. And he has been an absolutely completely different player in the last couple months. He's not having a good year at all, and he's gotten hot. 21 home runs, 59 RBIs. He's 1 for 3 tonight. First pitch, and he hits one high to left field. Cespedes has got room. And Xavier Avery thought about trying, and he heads back to first. So Mark Reynolds just missed it.
He just missed it. He knew going through this middle of the order they were going to take some swings and take a shot at leaving the yard. And boy, Mark just missed that one. And he knows it.
Yep. When you hit a ball that high and that deep, you did not miss it by much.
He just cost the bottom half of it. But here you see Cespedes catch the ball. It shows off that really good arm. Something they... And Reynolds, but he's going to dream about that one tonight.
So 2 outs. Here's Chris Davis. Sellout crowd on its feet. First pitch to Davis is a strike right at the knees. So the A's trying to grab game 1 of this series against the Baltimore Orioles. So a fastball at the knees and then a slider on the outside corner.
Yeah, this is almost unfair. Backdoor slider. Comes back late. No chance for Davis right there. Now he's in a big hole.
Davis watches that one, and that's a pretty good take from a guy who has got to be thinking about hitting one out.
I think that's absolutely what's on his mind. Fell for the pitch before, got that backdoor slider, tries it again, ends up being a little bit low, but now you got Davis's sights set way outside, so you got 2 options. You can come inside with that fastball or try that backdoor breaking ball again.
Runner goes, throw to second base, he is out, and that's the ball game. Norris throws out Avery, and the A's win it 3-2. What a way to end game 1. A 1-run victory for the Athletics. And everybody storms out of the dugout. The Orioles can't believe that that's how the game ended. So it ends with a power hitter, Chris Davis, with a bat on his shoulders, and Norris throwing out the pinch runner, Xavier Avery.
That's about as quick a release and footwork as you're going to see. Derek Norris is so good at this. Gets a good fastball, sees the runner going. Orioles take a chance and try to get a runner in scoring position with 2 strikes. Norris guns him down. Another great defensive play by the A's. Saves the ball game. Huge first game of the series. A lot of momentum with the A's. Look how pumped they are, jumping out of the dugout. They know what time of year it is.
So a terrific ball game tonight. Well pitched. And really both teams did what they do to win games. They hit home runs. They pitched pretty well. Both teams have good bullpens. But tonight, the A's get a 2-run homer. Solo shot for the Orioles, and it ends up being a 1-run game. But again, maybe the biggest number is 4. That's how many double plays the A's turned tonight. And in a 1-run game, you turn 4 double plays. That's huge.
Yeah, especially when you give the ball to Tommy Milone. And he's been so efficient and so good. You give him those outs. When he gets a guy and gets in a jam like that, and he's able to do that, that'll get you out of some big innings and keep your pitcher on the mound late in the game.
Helps when your third baseman's making plays all over the diamond as well. Josh Donaldson is standing by downstairs. And Josh, we're talking about the 4 double plays. We think that that's the most important statistic of this ball game. What do you think?
I mean, it's huge. It's huge for us. It's huge for Tommy. It's huge for everybody on our team. You know, guys, they had a couple guys on base. You know, 1 pitch, get 2 outs right there. That's huge.
Hey, Josh, you know, we talk about the defense, and you've been a huge part of it. I've been so impressed by your consistency. I know how well you've worked as a group do you guys take a lot of pride in it? I mean, because it's across the board, no matter the score. You guys make plays, and at this time of year, it's vital. So how do you guys feel defensively across the board?
You know, the big thing going into spring training was we had to clean up the defense. You know, me as a, converted catcher into infielder, me and Gags, we spent a lot of time on the backfield getting ground balls. And, it's paying off. And you can just tell the guys on defense, we have confidence at any time we can turn double play or maybe even a triple play.
Well, Josh, we're showing the barehanded play, and tell us about that. We thought that as you approached the ball, it looked like you had barehanding it on your mind. Did you think at all about letting it go? It may have gone foul, but it turned out to be a terrific play.
When he hit it, it looked like it was going to bounce straight up. In turn, it kind of bounced and was maybe going to kick foul, but, wanted to try to get it out right there, so go ahead and barehand it, though, to do it out.
Well, not only are you guys, and you especially, doing great defensively, but I've been so impressed by you at the plate. Your consistency is there. We know how well you can be as a hitter, but I think there was just certain at-bats that maybe you weren't as sharp, or you give away a little bit. We talk about in the biz. You have been perfectly consistent this entire time. You look locked into right field. How are you feeling up the plate right now?
I appreciate that. Going up there every day feeling like I can do damage, and I think that's a big part of it. I'm trying to take some, tough pitches, and I was seeing Saunders pretty good tonight. I felt like he kind of got a little fortunate on a couple, but, I'll take it.
Josh, final question. What about the crowd tonight? A sellout crowd.
Wow.
Pennant race baseball. Everybody's into it. Tell us how it feels as an A's player. Some nights there's not a lot of people here, but tonight, different story, and they were making some noise.
I mean, this place is electric tonight. I mean, look at all the people here. It's one of those things, man, when the Bernie Lee music video came on in the 8th inning, I started getting chills. Everybody's going crazy. I'm over there. Woo! I can feel the electricity, man. This is what it's about right now. Coming down to the the wire right now. We're playing a good team over there in Baltimore, and we feel that we're a really good team too, and we're going to compete with anybody.
Well, indeed you are. Josh, nice job. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
All right, so
Josh.
Thanks.
Josh Donaldson playing the hot corner, terrific tonight. The 4 double plays, he was part of a couple of them. We showed his great plays, but really it was just a good, solid ball game. Both teams played well. A's got a big home run, and I thought both teams played tonight the way they have played the last 3-4 months, and the reason they're winning games. Tonight, the A's just came out on top by the 1 run.
I think that's exactly it. I mean, if you were to look at a script of how these guys play, and if you were to predict how the outcome would come, this is what you would see. And I think the A's just got a break in that they got the big 4 double plays. Yep. They got the great innings out of the bullpen. And it just becomes a break type of thing. But defensively, I think the A's won it for them on that end of the ballgame.
And you know what? Give the A's fans some credit tonight, because they were part of the game. They were into it. They were behind their team. And I thought that tonight was the best atmosphere we've seen all year, and the players noticed that, and that can help a player.
This time of year, mentally, physically, you're exhausted. Yes, it's exciting, but they're excited. They want the fan base to be excited. They came out in droves tonight. It was electric at times. Hopefully it continues.
So a great night tonight, and the A's sellout crowd, and they give that crowd a pretty good show as they defeat the Baltimore Orioles tonight by a final score of 3-2, and we get to do it all again tomorrow night. So game 1 of the series goes to the Athletics, 3-2. You've been watching Oakland A's baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group. Don't go away. A's post-game live with Brody and Shooty starts right now.